Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Levittown Public Library's posture alignment with Kimberly on September 19th, 2022 at 11 a.m. Take it away, Kimberly.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Looking forward to seeing you guys and working with you again. Forgive me, I'm going to just talk with the Zoom people for a moment, but you guys can listen in too. Anybody have any questions out there? Anything that you gotta let me know? Just like Jackie was saying earlier, we are recording on the Zoom, so if you can type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. For everybody, if something doesn't feel right to you guys, definitely don't do it. Make sure you get your approval from your doctor, all that good stuff. This is an exercise class, so it's exercise. And if something does not feel right, let me know. We'll get somebody. We'll figure it out. Want to make sure you're okay. Always listen to your body. I don't live in your body. Just that big old reminder. So if something is sending you the red lights of this isn't normal pain, this is the pain I know is going to hurt me down the road, just stop the move. I'm going to give as many modifications as I can. Bear with me. If I'm not giving you a special modification that you think you need, raise your hand, ask me, yell at me, send it in the chat. I'll do as best I can. So from last week, a lot of you guys were new. Most of you guys were new to me. Did you go home wanting to kind of like, or you know, how was it last week? What did you experience? What did you learn? Nothing, right? You learned nothing. You learned nothing from me. Did you learn anything about yourselves?
Yes.
What?
There's a certain exercise I can't do.
There's a certain exercise you can't do. Okay. And you're not sure what it is? Okay, so you know what it is. Okay, never do it again for now. Good. So she figured out that there's a certain exercise she can't do because 2 hours later, she got pain. Hopefully, if you guys experience that, that's telling you right now that's not for your body. Thank goodness that you're saying, hey, that was the exercise that did it and not Kim. But yes. Anybody else? Oh, she's in it already. So she's in static back. She still likes that. She's laying in static back. One of you requested more rotational exercises, femur rotations. We're going to get on those today. I forgot who. Yes, femur rotations. We're going to get on those today. So they realize, hey, that's how their body works really well when they get those. Mine too. Anybody have any requests? Stuff they don't want to do? Do you know what that exercise was? Do you want to share it so that I know how to give you a modification for it? You could either explain it or you could not demonstrate.
This whole ankle was swollen 2 hours later.
Excellent. Okay, so no bouncing with that move for you. We'll step instead if we ever decide to touch on that again. Now I know. All right, guys. I'm going to start taking you through some routines. We're going to use a block today. We're going to use a strap today. So a strap means at home, you guys are going to use a belt. I love how you brought an actual belt. So she has a nice leathered belt. You want to have resistance, complete resistance. Those PT straps, those bands, they have too much give. Can't use those. I want a real belt. And the other thing you're going to be using is a pillow or a block. Go ahead and get in static back if you guys don't know what that is already. I'll show you. So the other thing you want to use is a pillow or a block. If you're taking a pillow off of your bed, you're going to fold the pillow in half for the work that we do. Yes, ma'am. You want to take this one. So I'm going to throw everybody into static back. If you can't get on the floor, you're going to sit in a nice square chair, put your feet on the floor and sit in a nice L shape as close to 90 degrees as possible at your knees, at your hips, so on and so forth. For everybody else, it's okay getting on the floor. If you're on the floor at home or in static back, we're going to hold it for 5 minutes, demonstrating right now. So static back is a nice, easy way, can be challenging, but it is simple, to just trap your body. I'm laying on the floor. Any of you out there who has a head that's instead of looking at the ceiling, it's looking behind you? That's happening because your shoulders are in a position that's very rounded and your head has no choice but to follow. And if you lay here for long enough, you're going to start feeling some strain in your neck. So I'd rather have you put a pillow underneath your head if that's happening, and try and get your face a little more parallel to the ceiling. Otherwise, no pillow is necessary unless you're laying on spikes or a really hard wood floor. What was the question?
The block.
Why are you using that?
Well, you said use a pillow.
If, can anybody remember? If what? Right. If your head is looking back and you're stuck in this position,
Oh, yeah.
so put it back. Let's check it out.
I can't.
Okay, so now we're going to put the block underneath your head, but not extremely high, because the higher you put that, the more your head's going to come to your chin, right? So what we want to happen is we want the head to remember where its position is in reference to the rest of the body. That's not going to happen if we keep that pillow underneath our head forever and ever and ever. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's got it. So after a while, usually 5 minutes laying here, we'll start to see some changes. You're going to remove the pillow when we're done, and we're going to retest. I'm going to retest and see where we're at. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Anybody out there want to tell me what the heck this exercise is doing?
Feels like it's helping my neck.
Feels like it's helping her neck. Anyone else? Lining up. So very good. So she's got a real subjective way of explaining what's happening in her body. Feels like it's helping her neck. Excellent. You're lining up and realigning your hips. How is this realigning your hips? How come standing can't realign your hips the same way this does? The weight is moved. Yeah, I like that. So we shift the load. We shifted the load.
My favorite exercise.
It's Linda's favorite exercise.
She said this is an exercise.
It is.
I could do this all day.
Right? Where do you put your arms in this one?
They feel good, Phil.
I see some of you have it on your stomach. Some of you have them alongside your body. Some of you have them out to the sides at a 45-degree angle with your palms face up. Probably a good position right there for you. Maybe that is good. You're right. Very good. Can you say that a little louder for everybody else?
It feels better on the upper back.
If you put your arms out, it feels better on the upper back. What did I explain last week? Does everybody remember about what goes on in your shoulders in this position? Right? Remember how I had your arms along your sides and you felt your shoulders were off the floor? And then you bring the arms out and the shoulders kind of relax to the floor. Good. Right. Where are you touching?
The front of my shoulder.
The front of your shoulders. Exactly. Your shoulders. Turn your palms up and see how that changes. Oh, even more different. Right. What I like about this approach is that it is extremely subjective. Does everybody understand what I mean when I say subjective?
No.
Okay, subjective means your experience. It's not exactly factual because it's how you experience your truth. Ew, that tastes like crap. I don't like that. I don't want to eat that anymore. Oh, I think this tastes wonderful. This is just delicious. I love it. It's subjective. So what's great about that is this approach can work for everybody because it's about you, how your body responds to it, how you feel in it. I don't play objective expert up here. I just give you as many exercises as I can think that your body is telling me it needs, that your body's telling you it needs. One more minute. Thank you for sharing, Marie. Marie just explained that she likes this exercise because it forces her to breathe with her lower abdomen area rather than from her chest. This is conducive for more diaphragmatic breath.
We could do this for the whole hour.
We can do this for the whole hour. She was excited when she came up with that idea. Kindergarten excited. Oh, I have an idea. The whole hour. All right, since I hate to get everybody up and down off the floor, I'm going to give you a couple more exercises here, and then we're going to get up and we're going to get into our routine that I have planned for today. I am the expert. Right? I just got finished saying I'm not. Check out what's going on with your head before we get out of this. Move the block and just notice what changed. Nothing, honey. Even though,
No, in order to get my head flat, I'd have to do that.
right, but before you didn't even put your head on the floor.
Yeah.
Now you just put your head on the floor. And
I have to do that.
okay. So your head hasn't touched the floor yet, but there's a change. It's a little different. Okay, pillow, still need the pillow, but we're moving on from this one, everybody. What do you say we do some shoulder stuff? We're going into reverse presses. I want you to bring your arms to a position that looks like goalposts. So there's a straight line from your elbow all the way through your shoulders to your opposite elbow. We're still laying on the floor. I'm just demonstrating this so you guys can see from Kim's bird's eye view. Sorry, there, Ann. Fists are in the air, so it's not a goalpost that somebody knocked down. Yeah. Gentle fists. Now I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back body. It's right in this area, right between your shoulder blades here. It should be a gentle squeeze. You squeeze them together and release. You're going to use your elbows as a little bit of an assist. So you're almost pushing into the ground with your elbows, but not much. Keep it a light squeeze. Squeeze and release. Now, as you're laying in this static back position and you're doing reverse presses, do you notice that your mid back starts lifting up off of the floor? If that's happening, you're trying too hard. You want it to happen right in the upper back. If it's still not happening for you, we're going to change the position of your arms. You're going to bring your elbows closer to your body. So kind of like that 45-degree angle we started out with in static back, and squeeze again, squeeze, release, over and over. It's a light squeeze. How many of you feel like this is kind of taking place in your neck or in your upper traps, right in this area here? If you feel it's taking place there, then we're going to come even further. We're going to put the palms up, lay the arms on the ground, put your arms right back at that static back position, and continue your squeezes there. Squeeze, release, over and over. Both shoulders at the same time, a light squeeze, a light squeeze. So you're pushing the shoulders back down into the floor and then relaxing. Right here.
Yeah, right.
Right here. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Where do you feel it?
I feel it. In the middle of my back. Feels good.
In the middle of the back or more in the upper back?
Yeah.
Here?
Up in the middle of the upper.
In the middle of the upper. Good. That's right where you want to feel it. Everybody okay? It's one of my favorite exercises. Isn't it easy? Isn't it easy? Yeah. Believe it or not, this exercise will help reconfigure your head because we're still laying down on the floor. And especially for people who need a pillow in this position, now we're changing the shoulder position, which means the head must follow. It might not follow completely today, but it's going to change. Who said it hurts? In a bad way?
Every day, all day.
Are you okay just laying there? Then just lay there. It's just the left shoulder, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Pound the rotator cuff down.
Mhm. You keep lifting your shoulder up towards the ceiling. Is that what you're doing this exercise? You're just lifting the shoulder up? I want the shoulder to go in the other direction. That might be why you're experiencing pain. Into the floor. Squeeze into the floor and then relax. Is that different?
Yes.
Better?
Yes.
There you go. Good. You're welcome. It's a good thing I'm here because I can't see you guys on TV when you're doing this. I try, but I can't see. And so if you're doing an exercise wrong, you might end up with more pain, but still the answer is the same. Just stop it, do something else. There's plenty of exercises I can give you. Great, everybody. Retest for those of you that have your pillow. Take your pillow out, check it out.
Nope,
Oh, I'm gonna like you.
it's bouncing, it's going,
Okay, so then your answer is
smaller pillow.
smaller pillow. Okay, so there's change. So next time you go, nope. Am I okay to slap you? You're my favorite. Yeah, I know. That's why I like you. You're a good girl. So guys, what I'm looking for here and what you should be looking for is not, hey, is the pain gone? Hey, can I finally do that exercise? We're looking for what changed. And that's a very different, it's a different psychology than, hey, that doctor gave me that pill and that's now fixed. I'm not broken anymore. You're not broken. So if you keep looking for, gee, that's still the same and it hasn't changed, you're never, ever going to get anywhere because it's a progression. So we have to always ask ourselves what's different rather than, hey, can I do that now? The hey, can I do that now will come, but we have to find the what's different. Thanks for helping me with that. Good job, everybody. Everybody okay getting on hands and knees? We're going to do some cats and dogs, and then I'm going to get you up and we're going to get back down again. You want to stay? That's okay if you stay there. You want to stay there? You could totally hang out. Totally.
That's good for my back though.
Excellent.
Straight, this I'll do at home.
Yeah, and that's an easy one, right? And it's comfy.
Stand with my heels to a wall and keep my back on the wall.
And you can't do that just yet?
I can't do it too long.
Okay. It'll come. The reason why that's happening is because your pelvis is out of position. Your pelvis, your Elvis pelvis is out of position. So hands and knees, you can definitely do this in a chair if you want to. So we're just going cats and dogs, arching the back and rounding the back. Remember, I want you guys to start when you do this. I want you to engage or initiate from your hips. Let your head follow. That's the last thing to move. So I don't want the head to go and the rest of the body to follow or think it's following. Move from the hips first. Head is the last thing to move. You can definitely get this done sitting in a chair. Even that last move, reverse presses, I guess you can do that sitting in a chair. You don't have to bring the arms to that funky position. You could just squeeze the shoulders back over and over again.
What am I doing? Just picking up my head.
No, madame, you're going to arch the back. Look to your right. Look at Miss Linda. You see your friend Linda there? See her doing that? She's looking much better. Oh my gosh, you're looking much better. Were you practicing these at home? It shows. No, nobody, Gloria. I'm talking to your friend Lynn. Much better. You were doing these great last week in the seat and on hands and knees. Something was off and now you're on. Keep doing it. Don't let me change a thing. Doing great. Everybody okay? We just got to do 10 of these suckers. It's about it. Just 10. Then when you're ready, we're going to stand up. I'm going to have to give you a modification for one of these moves because we don't have a wall to work with. Too many people. We are going to do, we're going to stand pigeon-toed because we don't have our ability to do our drop, gravity drop. For those of you at home who've been with me for a while, the first move on this routine is gravity drop. I know some of you know that, but we don't have gravity drop here. So we're going to do standing internally rotated. Gloria, what don't we do? Oh, okay, fine. Gloria's going to give it a try because she's going to give it a shot. So we know for just like Lynn. So she's like, oh, I did this move last time and I did that, right? She did that on the chair. She did this version on the chair. And a couple hours later, her ankle or her calf was not so happy. So we know we'll probably avoid that until her body's made some changes. Same thing with our friend over here. So I'm just giving her that reminder. We're pigeon-toed. We're going to hang out here just for a couple of minutes. And she's trying it. She's giving it a try. Okay. But we know.
You should see me in the living room.
I'm afraid I don't want to. I did go down Slate Lane though. I'm going, Gloria, Gloria. What number are you?
I'm not on slate. I'm off slate.
Oh, she's off slate. That's why I didn't find you. I'm looking in the 100 section by the pool. Gloria! Does anybody have any problems with this? That was a cruddy way for me to just say that. So I just sounded like my boyfriend right there. No wonder why he gets my irate anger all the time talking to me like that. Does anybody feel pain? Yeah, you're waving your arms.
Supposed to do that.
Internal rotation. You guys should join a club.
What is internal rotation?
This is internal rotation, turning in. So no for you. Stand just with your feet straight ahead. Is that okay? Straight ahead is all right. Look down at your feet again, Miss Marcia. Turn them straight. Fair enough. Our foot isn't really shaped like a box though, is it? It's kind of got this shape to it. So the center line that we're looking for is a straight line coming out of the second and third toe. So it's going to look slightly pigeon-toed to your eye when you try to turn your feet straight. So straight is, yeah, they're straight. Some people point their big toes straight ahead, and actually that's a little external rotation. You okay?
I don't like them.
How do you like them apples? Who am I to tell you what to do? So we had some situations a few weeks ago with internal rotation causing some pretty serious pain. How is it now? She's doing it.
Friday, there was a turning point for me here, last Friday. I blossomed.
She blossomed on Friday, turning point, 30 seconds. What happened? Do you have his number?
I was able to do things that I wasn't able to do.
On Friday. When did that happen? What were you here on Friday for? There was an exercise class here on Friday?
I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry.
On Monday. Okay.
Monday.
Wonderful. Good. Windmills next. We're going to do windmills. Turn your feet straight ahead, everybody. Arms are going to come out to a T. If you have a nice wall like this one, you can back yourself up to that wall, because what we want to do is remind our body where straight is. We're going to move through the waist, not through the shoulders. Good. I'm not catching anybody doing this. Excellent. Arms stay out. If you got shoulder issues and this hurts, maybe your arms go lower. Maybe your hands go on your waist. Something. Come up with something different. But we're going to move back and forth. The point of this move is to imagine that you've got the wall behind you and you're moving in this frontal plane. No twisting, no turning, just wiping the wall with your back, moving only through your waist. Good. Heels are staying on the floor. Everybody looks great. Knees are nice and straight if you can make it. Do the best you can do. We're going to change the position of the feet. We're opening up to about 2 feet wide, 1.5 feet wide. Beautiful. I love that, Joe. So she's keeping her feet parallel. You guys as well? Feet parallel? Take a look down at them. Still pointed straight ahead. Same thing. Go for it. If this is bothering you and you can't pull off 10, maybe do 1 or none. You can do this sitting in a chair. Try to keep the arms in place. We're moving only through the waist. So even though you lean over to the one side, hips that are stuck are going to cue the arms. Hey, we could do more. And you'll do something like that. Keep them in place. Legs wider. Ooh, that felt good. I love her. Snarky, my favorite. You don't have to go terribly wide. One of my clients who's in a wheelchair, can she do this? But I make her do it. I get her up. She used to be able to do this, but she scared herself into a wheelchair. And now we're working our way back out. So she can't even go this wide. She could barely stand up at this point. So we do what she can. So you don't have to go stupid wide like me. I'm stupid. Why go that wide? That's just what my body can do. Feet are still parallel though. Try not to lean over with the shoulders. This is for the waist to move. Come back to the first position, please. And now's a great chance to test and see what changed. Not, hey, can I reach my hands to the floor, but what's different now? What's different? Good. Everybody ready to get back on that floor? Going into femur rotations. On the floor. We're going to lay down in the supine position, just where we started in that static back area, that kind of thing, except we're going to bend one leg and leave the other leg straight out on the floor. You okay getting on the floor? Okay. Anybody who's not okay getting on the floor, you could certainly do this sitting in a chair. You could just put another chair out in front of you, and you could put one leg out on top of the chair, and we're just going to rotate in and out from the hip. On the floor. So one leg is straight out on the floor. I'm going to do my right leg first. My other knee is bent and the foot's flat on the floor. Arms are relaxed, head's relaxed, blah, blah, blah. Dorsiflex your ankle. That means you're pulling your toes towards your hip. The ankle is doing that. We're going to rest the foot on the floor, but I'm just showing you because I know you guys can't see. You're laying on the floor beneath me. So I'm pulling my ankle into the dorsiflex position. It's not plantar flex. That's like a ballerina. It's the opposite, dorsiflexed. Thighs tight, leg is nice and straight. That's going to remind us to move only from the hip. We're doing internal and external rotation. 2 of you are going to be wary of that internal rotation. In fact, you're probably not even going to touch that at all. So I'm going to give you a modification. So the hip's going to go in and out, in and out. Your foot's going to look like a windshield wiper. Everybody got it? Lay the leg on the floor and begin. Leg on floor, in and out. Make your foot look like a windshield wiper, in and out. Look at me. Look at me. Put your foot on the floor. Leg completely on the floor. Completely on the floor. Like this. Leg completely on the floor. Watch my foot. In, out. Nope, nope, just for you, for you, for you. In and out, in and out, but I'm doing it only from my hip. Nope, I'm just showing you, so making sure we got eye contact. So go ahead and lay, you're doing great. Lay down, in and out, but only from the hip. Don't move the foot. Good, so everybody's gonna do that in a laying down position. 2 of you cannot do internal rotation. She's going forward anyway. So internal rotation is not your friend. Are you okay doing this to your own degree? Yes, ma'am, Marcia? Okay, because you are going internal. Okay, because there's an easier version that's a little easier on the body where you can bend both of your feet and bend both of your knees and the feet are flat on the floor and you just drop the knees back and forth. But you keep the feet closer together so it stops that internal rotation. So that might feel a little better for you, might feel worse, I don't know. That's for her and for her because they can't do internal rotation very well without or at all without having pain. So I'm modifying for them. For you, exactly what I explained with the one leg out. Keep on going with that one. We're going to switch legs. So every 10 or 20 or so, switch your legs and go for it. Remember, the leg is on the ground. Leave your leg on the ground. Leave your leg on the ground. Stop doing what she's doing. Legs on the ground. Okay. All right, guys. This is the whole move. This is it. It's super simple. Lynn, mimic me. Oh, now she's got it. In and out. Nope, we're moving. Guys, what are we moving? The hip. Keep that still, or I'm going to duct tape it still. Keep it still.
Okay.
Move from here. That's, oh, she's got it. That's it. That does feel good, doesn't it? You want me to put my hand somewhere else now? Okay. You're doing great. You got it. When you're done, switch. Gloria, you okay? Okay. Everybody else all right? So you're counting your 10s and 20s and just switching back and forth while I'm yakking over here, right, everybody? Show me internal. Internal, external, internal, external. It's a double, yes, it's a double doer. It's a double doer. One of my other clients, she does that with her leg lifted as well, and she finds it.
I have a hard time going.
Mhm.
when it's on the
Is it
floor.
because the mat's sticky?
On my feet.
You do them like I do them. Come on, let's get through these. But when I'm done, I love these. They're my favorite. Did everybody go back and forth at least 3 times on their leg while I've been walking around? Almost. If you wanted to move on, you could do yourself some knee drops if you know what those are and you're getting bored. In and out. Good pace, Joe. Really good pace. Good pace. Finally, right, good. You want to teach the class? You got it now. I love it. Yes, that's it. That's it. Move only from the hip. Do not move your ankle. Do not move your foot. It's from the hip. Really nice, Denise. Those look great. Ankle dorsiflex too. So we want to keep the leg in a locked position so that it forces the hip to do its work. So knee is pushing into the ground. Thigh is tight. Ankles dorsiflex. That whole leg is locked.
Are we getting up after this or do I stay down?
Now you're going to stay down. You're staying here. The library owns you now. Cross crawl is next. Cross crawl is next. So it looks like this. Pretend I'm laying on the floor. I'm still laying on the floor. I'm the bird's eye view for you. Right arm and left leg. Same time if you can get it. And then left arm, right leg. Same time if you can get it. Notice one leg is straight along the ground. The other leg I'm bending and pulling towards my chest. So the leg that you pull towards your chest, you want that knee to bend. Beautiful, Pat. Nice and deep. Straight up. You might have to move away from that wall because it's inhibiting your shoulder movement.
It's making me feel good.
Okay, I like that.
Down.
Okay. I did that yesterday when I was crying. I leaned against the wall, did a little security blanket. I see how you feel. I get you. Try to get the arm and the leg at the same time to go back and over. We're not touching the knee. I'm what?
You're saying it should be back.
All the way back, all the way to the floor if you could get it there. We're not touching the knee. This is not a Pilates move. It's a little bit different. So what we're doing is starting with the arms at our sides. Arms start at your sides. We're not going to touch the knee. We're not heading towards touching the knee. That's not the move. They are involved here, yes. I'm coming. She's got it. Very nice. How you doing back here, Marcia? Good, good, good. Carol, looking good. This might hurt some of you with your shoulders. So just don't go that far or take the shoulder out of it. It's also not a Pilates move. So it's not arm and leg move. And then while you're putting it back, the other arm and leg are moving. It's different. So we want to really reteach the body how to isolate, and then we're going to put it together later. So it's move, back to start. Move, back to start. It's different than this. Now, if you do that, you'll notice your body can actually twist on the floor. It'll start avoiding load, and you'll start adding more twist into your body. Leave that for your Pilates class. So this is different. We want to reteach the body how to remember right side, right side. It's the transpose. Forgot the name. So we're working off of that twisting motion that the body has when you walk. I'm just forgetting what the name of it is at this point. Good. Knees bent. Give me some pelvic tilts, 10 of them. Put your feet flat on the floor. Tilt your pelvis back and forth. It's just a rocking motion. Back, forth, back, forth. This routine I did for 2 years. This is the condition 2 routine.
Do your hips stay on the ground?
Your butt does stay on the ground. Yeah. Rock your hips back and forth, not side to side, like the humping motion.
Show me. Oh,
You got it. Like this.
oh.
Don't move me. That's it. Back and forth. You don't?
Up and down.
We're going to do hip crossover stretch next, everybody. Good. That's one direction. Now go the other direction.
Down
Back
and
and
up.
up. Correct. Back.
down,
and
and
up.
I feel that on my stomach.
Yes, ma'am. Hip crossover stretch is next, ladies and gentlemen. Hip crossover stretch can be done sitting in a chair. You're just going to cross one ankle over to your knee and you're going to twist your upper body. Everybody else who's laying on the floor today, bring your arms out to a T with your palms face down, a little different than our static back. You're going to keep the feet in line with your hips. If you've walked your feet all over the place, you're not sure where they are, here's what I do when I'm alone. I put my knees and my ankles together and I walk my feet out, heel, toe, and that's usually hip distance. Good, beautiful, Joe, love it. I'm going to cross the ankle to the knee. The foot that's on the floor, don't slide it. I'm going to twist through the lower back and let the legs fall over to the left. So my right ankle is on my left knee and I twist towards the left. I can hit the floor. You might not be able to. Maybe you're hanging out here and going, whoa, I'm tight. Okay, that's cool. You twist and you stay. Twist over there, get to where you're going and stay there. Hang out 1 minute. The other part to this move is
Feel me trembling.
excellent. I love the trembling. The other part to this move is you're not going to let that top knee just flop in towards you and be relaxed. I want you to use your hip muscles, actually your butt muscles, to point that knee up towards the sky. That is the perfect position for it if you can get it there. So we're externally rotating from your right hip.
Say that again.
Confusing? Get into the position first. I'll help you through it. You okay, Joe? You look great over here, Joe. You look, does it feel terrible?
No,
Okay.
like I'm doing it all wrong.
Oh, you're doing it great.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
Doing it great. Start out from your original position, knees bent. Cross the ankle. Beautiful. Cross the ankle. Cross your ankle to your knee, my dear. Ankle to your knee.
I don't know.
Pick an ankle. That's
I
it.
see.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now twist. It's okay. Now twist and go towards the floor.
Okay. Do you want my foot to go to the floor?
I want it all going to the floor. All of it. So your legs, your foot, all of it.
I felt the trembling.
There you go.
That's good though.
Eventually this
Uh-huh.
and this is going to be laying on the floor. And this knee is going to
I
point
can
to
feel
the
this
sky.
to help my-
Excellent. Everybody ready to switch? Switch it up. I saw that. I saw that. Okay. I watched a couple of you do the switch and you slid your foot before you even twisted. So start out from the very beginning, put your ankles and knees together, walk your feet out, keep the form. If you don't keep the form, you're going to mess it up and your body's going to avoid doing its work and you're going to go, oh, this is all right. Come back to center. Let me check you. Now, I'm just holding that foot right where you put it,
Oh,
right? So it slid without you even think. That's what I mean by your body's going to do all these things to avoid because it knows what to do. Yes, feels different, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Good job. Feels different on this side, right? Marsha, you okay? There's a lot of external rotation in this one, so it's a good one.
Right.
Are you okay bending your left knee?
Yeah.
Okay, put your feet back on the floor flat and bend your knees, both of them.
Okay.
Now cross the left ankle to your right knee. Now twist. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's good.
that's the move.
Okay.
Did you do the same thing on the other side and I missed it? Not sure. That's okay. That's all right. In a perfect world, this knee is going to draw towards me. Ooh, feel that?
Yeah.
Good,
but not-
good.
yeah, that was
Gotcha.
good.
So for Mish Marsh and for Gloria, these are excellent moves because they incorporate external rotation where your body really enjoys it. 10 seconds. Hope your block is nearby. We can use the block laying on the floor. We can also use that block sitting in a chair. Keep your strap nearby too, because we're going to incorporate that stuff. And I'm going to give you some of the exercises that one of my previous students, who is a dentist, absolutely loves. We're going for double, double, double switch, gluteal contractions. We're going to add the lift if we can and we have time. Remember, anybody at home, I know some of you use the roll, which is what I'm going to be using too. My back is heading towards this. So I'm interrupting that pattern by putting this roll underneath my lower back. You can use a roll like a towel, rolled up towel at home, but I've got one of these. I even use noodles sometimes when I feel like beating myself up really hard. I'll use a noodle and I'll put that underneath. So you won't know that until you look at your body, or sometimes until you try it. Somebody like Gloria might start giving herself stuff, testing it out, going, this feels good, this doesn't feel good. That's how she learns. Okay, everybody, we're going to start out with gluteal contractions. Just leave this stuff nearby. We're just squeezing the butt and releasing it. This can be done sitting in a chair, this can be done standing, this can be done laying down, just like you are. Squeeze your butt cheeks together and release them over and over. It doesn't look like I'm doing much, but something's happening. I am not going to come around and put my hands on all of your butts, but I have been known to use 2 fingers, no glove. But sometimes you guys can put your hands on your own butt and feel, gee, when I try to squeeze my butt, is something happening? Am I using my stomach muscles to do this? Or my abdominal muscles, to be more accurate? Because your legs are straight, my dear. That's why. Now bend your knees. Bend your knees like Linda. What's the matter with you? Now try it. Harder, right? Yeah. So she was already doing the modification for this. So if you cannot squeeze your butt cheeks here and you can't access them, just straighten your legs out along the ground. And that'll give you a little bit of a Band-Aid to be able to find access there. We're not putting our hands underneath our butt to try and hold us up. I was just asking you to feel your butt cheeks to feel, gee, are those muscles actually doing work? Your stomach should not be doing this. Your abdominals should not be doing this. This is not a pelvic tilt. It's just butt muscles, and both should be working evenly. How many have one butt muscle doing work and the other one's not? How many of you have a timing difference where it's going kind of right, left, right, left? Right. How should it be going? It should be together, right? We'll just give it some time. It will clear itself up. That's what we do with all of these moves. All I can do is just give your body the time, and you've got to stimulate your body, and it will change itself. That's why it's very subjective. We're just doing a butt squeeze over and over and over again, and we're just waiting for the body to clear itself up. It will do it.
And what is this for?
I don't know. I don't know what it's for. What is this for? It just seemed like a good idea at the time. You know how many people cannot access their gluteal muscles, me included in certain situations? How many of you had a hard time squeezing your butt on the floor today? I'm seeing a couple of hands raise up. Some of you had to extend your legs straight out on the floor. So your butt muscles do not know how to function in all positions. They should, but they don't. It's the biggest muscle in your body by volume. It better know how to work. If it doesn't, we've got all sorts of problems coming down the pipeline. That butt muscle isn't working. It's going to shift that work somewhere else, usually into the back. And the back is going to overwork because the butt's having a break. Siesta. Good. Grab your block. You're going to put the block in between your knees. We're going to put the strap around the ankles. Yes, let the confusion begin. So the strap is, oh, I had to have one of the really good ones. Straps are so thick. That's probably why they cost $15 each. No, I'm kidding. Would never pay that much for these. These are really tight. So when I put the belt around my ankles, I want it to trap my legs in a position where they're still at hip distance. Hip distance is about the length of a dollar bill between the center lines of the ankles. And if you've got one of these blocks, which a lot of you guys do, if you put it at that 6-inch mark, which is the narrowest you can, put that between your knees, that'll help you line up your knees hip distance. It's about where you want to be. Now, this is a tough move because it's a compound movement. I'm going to ask you to do two things at once. If it gets really, really involved and you just can't do it, go ahead and take the strap out and just turn it into thigh master. That's all it is, really. But I'm adding more for you guys because you deserve it. So block between the knees, strap around the ankles, and I'm putting my little roll underneath me. I'm going to squeeze in onto the block. Same time, I'm going to push out onto the strap, but I'm not moving my feet. And then I'm going to release and do it again. Try to get it simultaneous. So anywhere where the block is, usually we're pushing into it. Anywhere where the strap is, usually we're pressing away. Feet stay on the floor while you're doing this. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can do this with a bear. You could do it in many, many different ways. But when you do it and you push out on the strap, you're going to have that tendency to screw up by everting the feet. I don't want you to do that. So think about maybe like your feet are on ice. It's warm ice. You're not going to get cold. And we're just gliding out. We're not moving through the ankles at all. It's a press out. It's an activation without much movement. Get to it. Anybody confused? was that Lynn? It was. Of course it was her. Of course. You are tied up. You look good though. Anybody else subtly confused? Yes. Okay. You okay? Okay. You got the cramps. You needed them. Ready? Okay. Put your arms out in a relaxed position. Is your head okay where it is? Yep. Okay, good. You're going to put pressure on the block. Same time, put pressure on the strap. And then relax. Do it again. And relax. Try to get that movement as simultaneous as you can. Yeah, together. Right, that's it. I'm going to tighten up your strap just a little bit. Just a bit. Continue. It's not a butt lift. We're not lifting the butt up off of the floor. It's not a bridge. Do you want a roll for your lower back? It looks like you're trying to. There should be. There should be a slight one, which is why I use the roll, because my back is starting to flatten. There should be a slight S curve in your spine when you're doing this. So for those of you who have a right, there should be a space. So for those of you that have a posterior tilt in your pelvis and there is no curve in your lower back, we want to head towards getting that neutral curve back again, which is why I use my, you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We got cramps. Cramps happen a lot in these moves. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer, and then we're going to add the lift. The lift is not something that everybody can do. The lift might hurt some of you. All we're going to do is lift the legs up off of the floor, but you can only tell if you give it a shot. There's easier ways to do it and harder ways to do it. You can just give it a try, but your body's going to tell you, oh, no, this is too much. Or so lift your feet up off of the floor about 6 inches and then lower it back down. Okay, easy. And lower them back down. A little bit. Yeah, that is it. I know I made it sound like it was so much scarier. I did, but try to do it 6 inches. So I see you're lifting your feet up like way off of the floor. You're going to keep that pressure while you do it though. So we're keeping a little pressure on the block, keep the pressure on the strap, lift and lower. So what we're doing is reteaching all the muscles via the hips, and we're going to switch later, how to work and pull into flexion. So we're pulling into this hip flexion even deeper. And we're trying to keep the ankles and the knees and all of this in this beautiful aligned pattern while we do it. It's way cheaper than PT, isn't it? Right? Yes, ma'am. I never used to, because I'm like gung ho, let's do it. We'll just go through the 60. And believe it or not, if you give it that relaxation pause, your body's going to remember it that much quicker, because it's a nervous system thing. You're trying to repattern your body. So if you blast through these things, your body's not going to remember it as easy. It's just going to remember, oh, okay, you know? So you add the work, relax, work, relax. Good, switch. You're going to put the block in between your feet. You're going to put the strap all the way up towards your knees. And we have a few more minutes to go here. You're going to have to loosen your strap. That strap is coming above the knees. Same idea here. We want to keep the knees in that hip distance. You can do this sitting in a chair. It's really no big deal. You could sit in the chair, do the same thing. I got the block in between my ankles. It's on the floor. So I'm going to think about pressing my ankle, my instep, and my big toes into this block at once. So it's a glide. It's a glide in. Same time, my knees are going out. So if you were feeling a lot of work before in the groin, in the inner thighs, now we're going the opposite. Ready? Hit it. Is anyone confused now? Oh, this one feels so good. This one feels excellent to me. I forgot to add that the harder you try with these, almost the worse your form is going to get. So try like 30%, 50% of your effort. I mean, we're staying here for a good 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes. Usually it's 3 sets of 20. And then we move on from one of these exercises. But we're giving it an awful lot of stimulus, a lot of time. So don't try and push as hard as you can, because you'll start using all these other muscles that we kind of don't want you to use. We'll compensate, and we don't want to do that. Again, you can do this move sitting in a chair. You don't have to lay on the floor to do this. Over and over. Wherever the block is, we're pressing in. Wherever the strap is, we're pressing out, and that's it. If someone has knees that love to rotate internally, and that's how they look when they stand, would this be a good move for them? That's a safe answer. I couldn't tell you that. If somebody has knees that they go knock-kneed. So they're here. This is how they stand. You see a lot of people like that. See a lot of kids like that. It's a shame. Would this be a good move for them? Yeah, right? Just think basic. Think I'm asking real basic questions. Yeah, this would be a good move. How come? Yeah, I know. I know you did. Yeah, she's trying to trick us. This is real basic stuff. You want to add the lift? Go for it. Keep pressure on the block, pressure on the strap, lift. Only about 2 to 6 inches. It's just to turn the muscles on and turn them back off. Because if you go too high, we'll start incorporating other muscles. So right now it's about a 2 to 6 inch lift. That's it. Lift and lower. That's it. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out of time. So I'm going to finish you guys off with another cats and dogs, and then I'll let you go. You can do your cats and dogs on your hands and knees, or you could do it in your chair. The difference between hands and knees and chair is just load. Harder to do it when you're loading. How about do it right now? Just so that you know you're doing it right. You got the instructor right here. So give it a shot now so that you know you're doing it right. Sit in, yeah, sit in the chair. Sit in the chair.
That's gonna take 3 minutes. So what?
Beautiful. Take that child's pose. I love how a lot of you are listening to your body or starting to listen to your body and you're going, I need a child's pose. Or I need this. Or Kim, let's do these femur rotations. Excellent. Listen to your body. She's doing a child's pose. Fantastic. She thinks her body needs that. She's doing it. Beautiful. Excellent. Let your head follow. Looking great, Lauren. Wonderful, as always. Good. I see the movement in your shoulders, Marianne. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's it. So many people are stuck in their shoulders and you're doing that movement. They're so stuck. And you've got it. There it is. Good. Well, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. We are through, and I don't want to go overtime with the library. That was the condition 2 routine. Catch you guys